Let's talk. Let's talk Rike knives. Rike knives has these Thor knives. Thor 1, 2, 3, and the 4S. This is the 3 that I've kind of been waiting to get my hands on. And, you know, it comes in a zipper pouch, in this plastic, in this pouch here. And it comes with a microfiber cloth, which is all good and wonderful. And actually, it comes with a little leather pocket sheath. Although it's a big enough knife, it don't need the little leather, and it's not a real little leather pocket sheath, but it's there. And here's the Rike Thor 3. I got the plain titanium one. I guess I could have got a colored one, and they come in different colors. I got this one because it looks so much like this one. In any case, let's go forward with this. So this is an integral handle knife. It's a titanium frame lock flipper. It has M390 steel. Here it says Thor 3. There it says M390. I believe. It's a mess. Okay? Yeah, M390, backwards and upside down. That kind of thing. Is that the way that does too? Who's doing that backwards and upside down? In any case, so, believe me, the Thor 3, integral handle, M390 steel, got that kind of bag pocket clip with the ball. I'm assuming that's a ceramic ball. I think these are ceramic bearings and a ceramic detent. And I'll tell you what, there's a lot going on with this knife. A lot going on with this knife. It's a pretty good sized knife. It's like 3 3/4 inch blade. And let's take a look. So yeah, it's 3 3/4. Overall, not quite 9 inches. It's 8 3/4. Overall, 22.5 centimeters. Probably right around 90, almost 100 centimeters on the blade, which would be almost 4 inches, but it's not quite 4 inches. So really, is it about 3.8, 3 7/8, somewhere in there. So it's a good sized knife. Not quite 9 inches, almost 9 inches. Great action. Love the design. Getting lazy on the flipper tab. Yes, we have jimping on the flipper tab. Like that. Great action. Haven't put any lube on here, done anything. Haven't put a Torx to the pivot to do any adjusting or anything. Didn't need it. Perfectly centered. Looks good. The action was fine right out of the package. Should be for, here it comes. Get ready. Yeah, they ain't cheap. $550 on Blade HQ. 3.75 inch, and here you go. 8.75 overall, 3.75 on the blade, 0.16 thickness, M390. They're calling it a Tanto. Flat grind, satin, plain, handle 5 inches. Thickness on the handle 0.55, so a little over a ½ inch. Gray titanium, 5 ounces. Right hand tip up. Leather sheath. And Bowler M390. One piece integral. That kind of thing. If there's more, pause and read here. Ceramic bearing. Oh, there you go. Steel reinforced lock bar. And there you go. So, yes, it has a steel reinforced lock bar in here. Okay? You can see it milled right in there, wrapping around. Lockup is around 25 to 30%, so pretty good. A lot of milling on here. I mean, there's just a lot of machine work going on, isn't there? Now, right hand, left hand tip up, because you've got, your pocket clip can move, right or left hand. And obviously, since there's no thumb studs, this is a flipper tab only. That's ambidextrous too. Now, I like the teardrop motif there on the pivot. And then it's got the Rike knife emblem. I mean, they do such great work. It's really a nice knife, really a nice piece. Big integrated lanyard hole. I mean, just start looking at all the milled different surfaces all around this knife. All the different angles, all the different cuts and grooves, all the different levels from this level down here, next level between those plateaus that are, and then the height, the top of these that are left, plateaus, cutouts, whatever, raised areas. Then of course, this is at a little lower level. These are cut out completely, skeletonized. Flip side, same deal. Same deal all the way through. Now, here's my deal. You tell me if I'm losing my mind, but this is a lot of milled out area. Take a look at it. Take a look at the scales. If you notice, the scales are, fairly robust up here, but not overly. And then as we go here, not only are they milling areas, right, away from the top going down, but also from the bottom going up. And they're leaving this very thin area across there. I mean, it's I don't know. I kind of wonder, I mean, if I think in my own mind, I would have left the thickness of that scale the same as it is from here to here. I wouldn't have done this extra milling out along there. I'll tell you one thing, I wouldn't want to accidentally drop it on the floor and then turn around and step on it when I'm looking to try and pick it up. I don't know, but I think I could bend that. Just saying. And then look at the top back here. That is all milled out. I mean, it's like, to me, it looks like a chicken wire cage or something. I mean, it's just a cage. Now, actually, if you look at the thickness of the pieces of titanium that are left, they're not bad. Okay? But you've taken a lot of material out of here. I mean, I get it. I mean, if you look at the Thor one, which I don't have with me, but I mean, they kind of cut some holes. A hole here, and a hole here. Different sizes. Boom, boom, boom. Just to kind of leave the rest of this material to show you that it's integral, that there are not two sides screwed together, to show you that one piece look. This is so milled out. To me, that just kind of takes away from the integral. I mean, you can see it here, you can see it up here, and yes, of course, that runs along there. I don't know, at some point, I just think they're showing off. I just think that's a little too much. I would have put the holes like they did in the Thor 1 on that back and left it alone, and left a lot more material in there. And then I would have left that thickness of material run all the way through there. I don't need to mill out the inside. Because I'm doing so many different levels on the outside of the scale. Look at how much stuff they're milling when you look at this little curve. Look at when you look here, the difference of the step down here and then through the holes. I mean, and you're cutting these big old long holes. I don't know. Okay. Is that enough? I'm sorry. I got carried away. You know, and I guess it's okay if I would have smoked weed before I did this, but I don't smoke weed. But I'm just getting hyper vigilant. And I don't know. I mean, okay, so it's a $550 knife, whether you get it in color or you get it regular or whatever, okay? So let's leave that there and let's talk about one other thing. This is a knife that looks a lot like it, right? But it's not a Thor knife. It's a HX Outdoors ZD-006A. I think the B, it's a black wash. So this is the A, okay? So this you can get on Gear Best right now for $116, okay? Just saying, okay? Now, this one, if you'll look, it's thicker material, although that is kind of milled a little bit, but not quite as far. See what I'm saying? Not quite as thin on there. And this is not an integral. This has got a backspacer. And, it's not completely yollered out either. I mean, it is a pretty thick piece of backspacer material in there. See how thick that is? Also, these holes here are not completely milled out. These holes are. So I don't know what the structural integrity difference would be between these two knives. But do you think this is pretty much the same knife? See, when I saw the HX knife, and I think I bought, this is like my third one now. But I bought it for like $150. But if you look on DH Gate, they want up to like $230 or something for them. But, Gear Best and Fast Tech had one for $130. Gear Best is now at $116. That's a hell of a knife for that. This one's a little bit lighter. So let's compare. This is S35VN titanium frame lock flipper. This is M390, so you're getting M390. How about, let's see, $116 and $550. So the difference between the two of them of let's say $440. What do you think? $440 for the M390? Well, of course, you're getting an integral too. Whew. I mean, that's just a lot of cutting out. If this would have been solid and then just it's just, that's a lot. And you know what? I wouldn't want to step on that either. I don't know. Just durability just kind of freaks me out a little bit. Let's measure. Let's weigh them up. Let's see what we got difference here. Okay, so this is the HX Outdoors knife made by Rike, of course. I mean, you're looking at these knives, it's like, hello? Twins. 5.7 ounces, okay? Which is 161 grams. Okay, 161 grams, 5.7. Check this out. 143, okay? So about 20 grams different, not quite. 5 ounces. Hold on, I flashed past it. 5. Okay, 5. 5.7, right? That's not a huge difference in weight. But you know, I guess to be truthful and honest, they did a lot of mill work on the insides of these too. Really did a good job. The action on this knife is great, and I will put the link to this review also in the description section, because I'll tell you what, folks. There's a little bit of difference in the feel. This lock bar disengages a little easier than this. This one feels thicker and more substantial when it goes to disengaging the lock bar. Other than that, whew. And you know, you don't have that teardrop thing here. You don't have that cutout. You don't have the cutout here. Okay? You don't have this teardrop with the Rike emblem. Now, you know, so. And you can get this in color. This just comes in this color. And then also in black wash. You could always have it anodized for $400 and some dollars. I'm just saying, it's just like, whew. Now you don't get the fancy pouch, the leather thing. You get this box, which magnetically opens, and you get this nice big zipper pouch. So, I mean, that's not a horrible situation, right? In any case, so that's a pretty substantial box. As opposed, and a pouch, as opposed to, basically you just get a pouch here. So, just thought you'd like to look at the difference between these two knives. Yeah, this is a little heavier in the hand, but then again, it feels a little bit more substantial. This one's, you could feel that it's lighter in the handle. Let me see where our balance point is on this knife. Just right behind that pivot. Yeah, pretty much. Same. Maybe back just a little bit. Amazing when I saw these. Right? And check this out. So, really you don't get a lot of information on the US stuff, but look at the Russian Rike site, m.vk.com/Rike. So you could just type in Russian Rike, and what are we looking at here? You know, they're going, here's a newcomer to our Rike. There's the Thor 2. Beautiful colors. Incredible. But, you know, like our newly designed products are Rike Knife Russia. Here it is. HX Outdoors. Exact same knife. Same knife. Okay? So, I mean, I don't think there's a question but what Rike makes the ZD-006, and it's extremely affordable. It's worth $150. It's worth $160. Probably worth $175. Is it worth $250? You know, that's all up to you. But is this worth $550 as opposed to $120 or $130? Well, this says Rike. The collectability may be down the road. The fact that it's an integral, the fact that it's got M390, and it's actually badged Rike. Yeah, of course, that's going to increase the value. But as far as, you know, you want to get this and put it in the drawer, you want to get this and put it in your pocket. Oh, did you notice this? Like this. My God, this is the third one of these I've got. And just the other day, I finally noticed this. 2 screws in the pocket clip. I only got one. I'm going to get a hold of Rike and see if I can get screw for that, because I'll guarantee you that's the exact same screw. That's the exact same hardware. They didn't put a ball in the clip. They kind of milled it to make it look like there's a ball. Otherwise, I'll guarantee you that's the same hardware. I haven't taken a Torx to take this one out and see if it'll fit in there, which I will do before I try and contact them to get that. But they missed one. I mean, they assembled the knife and whoops. Yikes. Oh well. In any case, hey, I thought it would be fun just to run these two over. I mean, they're both great knives. Yes, this is an integral. Yes, this has the right, all the right logos, the cutout, the teardrop, the logo, the integral, the M390. So there's a lot there. Is this worth a couple of $100 more? Yeah, probably so, I reckon. Especially for collectability, and depending on how you feel about the integral. I would love to have this in my bucket list of knives to put in my permanent collection if this was not milled here. I'm not digging this. This I can live with, especially for $120. This I'm not really digging that much, especially for not for that. I want this in. I want just, you know, just something there to, you know, and then on the future they just milled a little groove or something in there, or no, those little chevrons that went up the back, but they didn't. I mean, it was all covered, and I kind of like that because it, you know, it's integral. Here, they've kind of cut away some of that. Not such a big deal for some people. For me, that just kind of I'm not feeling it. Not feeling it. All right. Hey, we got two knives, very similar. Just thought it'd be interesting for you guys that don't have both. And if you don't have this one, this HX, I think you ought to try it out if you're inclined to. If you like the design and everything, I think you ought to give it a shot. I'll put the link to, it's still going on GearBest for now, maybe for the next few days. But even if it jumps back up to 130 or check Fast Tech, you know, still a hell of a good deal at, you know, anywhere from 130 to 160. So this one, you can get this from Blade HQ. So you don't have to go across to China, nothing like that. You can get it in different colors, which is really cool. And if money's not an issue, go for it. All right. Thank you so much for your time. You know what we do around here. We love them knives, so stay sharp.